And good morning to you guys out there in live feed. Welcome to Early Morning Grind with your two favorite people, Ruben and Owsy Dukes, with a special guest, Charlene Dukes. Now, I've been here all week. So, excuse me, it's been very exciting. Glad to be on the show. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit.
Oh, you've been talking that much.
Talking a lot.
Which is okay. Well, I've really been enjoying you here all week long with this pre-Mother's Day celebration. So it just feels good to, have a daughter, especially like you. Because every mother cannot say that they have such an awesome daughter.
This is true.
Look at this. He said this is true. I am just so excited for this upcoming Mother's Day weekend. I know I'm going to get some good things. I mean, I always get good gifts, but every year it really gets better. And to the mothers out there, I would just want to say Happy Mother's Day. Happy pre-Mother's Day celebration. And now is the time to start giving your kids hints about what you would really like to have for Mother's Day.
Oh, you should have started that on Monday.
Well, yeah, they should have started it on a Monday to work them in. But today is Friday, so you still have time. And if you're listening out there and you have a mother, get on the phone, baby. Ooh, right, dude. Get on the phone, call your mother, let her know how much you love her and appreciate everything that she's done to help you up until this point.
Okay. I agree.
So,
for the live feed out there, I'm just going to briefly go over the news that I told the podcast. So, this was actually breaking news for this morning. A little overview. Today, early this morning, around 5:46, a sheriff was shot. Supposedly, but then the news said that he wasn't shot. So I guess as the story develops, you guys can find out more information. It happened on Okeechobee and Church Street. So, be careful out there. And in another news, West Palm Beach drivers will be fined $116 for intersection and crosswalk blocking. So, luckily down here in West Palm, we don't have too much traffic, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now, if we were down south, like I said earlier, everybody would get fined because people are so impatient. It's ridiculous.
If that light turns green and you haven't put that metal to the pedal,
you're gonna get blowed.
Let's move it.
No questions asked. We were, I remember being at a stoplight. It was a good half a second. The light just turned green before I could even, press my toe on the gas. I'm like, goodness.
Is it really? Come on, really?
That's when you look at the back of your, look at the car like what? So,
what you blowing for?
Okay, like leave me alone.
Stop it. The light just turned.
Just turned.
Okay, let's tone this down. It's too early in the morning or it's too late in the afternoon.
Ridiculous.
Oh, goodness.
Now for sports. As I mentioned earlier, the San Antonio Spurs overcame the Houston Rockets 114-75. I heard it was a very good game. They lead the series 4-2.
Oh.
Yep. Now on tomorrow, my team, the Celtics, play the Washington Wizards. So we all know who's going to win that. Go Celtics.
Okay. She's already put it out there. Go Celtics.
Go Celtics. Now, on to today's hot topic. It's going to be a tad bit different today. We're mixing it up for you guys. I'm actually going to be asking her questions about being a mother.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
So, what does that first question say?
What one? Something about you told me what one thing? Something that
I
I.
got.
What one thing you would do differently?
Yeah, what's one thing you would have done differently as a mom?
Oh, I guess for a mom, I would have taken more pictures of my kids.
Absolutely. No, I
Absolutely.
agree.
I would have taken much more pictures because, now that, you guys are grown, I always like to go back and say, oh, I remember when you was this and all this. So if you're out there and you're a mom and your kids, they starting off in the first months, year. I don't think I have a lot of pictures with you being 1, 2, 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But 4, yes, 5, yes. I even look at my picture when I was a 5 or 6 year old, and Charlene looks exactly like me when I was her age. And I'm like, oh, look at that. That's scary. But the next thing that I think I would do, I would embrace and enjoy the moment. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, as parents, you're so busy with trying to keep everything going and flowing, you don't really sit back and enjoy the moment. Um, the next thing I would do is make a fewer to do lists because I'm always about, oh, this to do list. Every day I have to have a to do list because I need to make sure that I get through everything that's on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's up to 20 things, but I got to get it done.
I know you are very organized when it comes to, like organizing bills and whatnot. I
Hmm.
always see you like have a little calendar. You got like 30 calendars around the house. So that is one thing that's, good to see growing up. Like
Hmm.
trying to be organized and whatnot. So.
I would do less of that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but wow, that's one thing I would do. And I think the major thing is that I would not have myself on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because when you got kids, you're always on call.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, oh, is this? Oh, is they gonna call? Oh my God, I hope everything, especially if they're going off to college
Mm-hmm.
or starting a new school, especially transitioning from middle school to high school. The challenges that kids face. I
Absolutely.
mean, that's the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week alarm. Oh, wait a minute, everything okay? Hey, did you get home safe? Did you have lunch? Did you this?
Mm-hmm.
Did you that? Did you brush your teeth? I mean, constantly on
Yes.
call.
I guess it comes with the territory of, being a mom.
I totally agree.
So, well, that's good. So in what ways do you think I'm like you and not like you?
For me, look how she looked at me. She said, "Don't give up the 911." For me, I think the ways that I feel that you're like me, you have a smile. I'm always smiling. I think that's the Thomas motto.
Hmm.
We are a group of smiling people. My family.
Hmm.
We always smile, and we could be hurting on the inside. You would never know because we always keep a smile on our face.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Granddaddy.
Granddaddy always smiled.
Always.
My mom always smiled. I mean, everybody always, smiling.
Hmm.
And Dukes, he definitely always smiling. I tell him all the time he got that politician smile. Whatever, but
It's
so
true.
that's one way I feel that you're like me.
Hmm.
You always have a listening ear to hear out whatever is going on before you just jump in to pass your opinion or judgment on things. I think your surroundings, your group of people. I know you have a nice group of people that are around you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
You are an encourager. You make yourself available as far as support for people. Those are some ways I think you are, like me,
Mm.
you know?
In what ways am I not like you?
Well, for me, I tolerate things that I know you don't tolerate. As you tell
Mm-hmm.
me in a minute, you just need to go ahead and do this, mom.
Mm-hmm.
Really, mom? Don't let that happen like that.
Yeah.
You do the nod, bob head. So,
Tell it like it is.
and she will tell it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like do a roundabout. I'm telling you, but I'm telling you in a way that you wouldn't get so offended,
Mm-hmm.
by it. But Charlene, she's very direct, and she's just going, "Hey, I know you might get mad how I said it, but this is just
Mm-hmm.
how it is. I can't sugarcoat it."
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a way in which are not like me.
Okay. So, this next question, do you think it's easier or harder to be a mother now than when you were raising our family? Like, say if you were to have, another child right now, do you think it would be harder to raise that child now than back in the 90s?
Well, in the 90s, things were much more easier
Mm-hmm.
than it is now. Um, Back then, would I have had more kids? Yes. People was like, "Oh my God, no, she didn't say that." Yes, I did say
Mm-hmm.
it. I would have had more kids because, I mean, we currently would have two kids.
Mm-hmm.
I would have definitely had more kids because I feel that when you have at least four kids, like two boys, two girls, they kind of like have the opportunity to communicate with, a person of their caliber, a girl
Mm-hmm.
with a girl, a boy with a boy, or a boy and a girl. So they have that, diversity. Unless you have like two boys, okay, the boys they're gonna hang out together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had two girls, the girls would hang out. But if you had one boy, one girl, there's
Yeah, you
no,
gotta, yeah.
connection. Oh, I'm doing girly things with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that girl, they need that girly girl in their life, and that boy, he needs that boy in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you've got mom and you have dad, but just the connection with the two, I think is really good.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's things are much more expensive now when it comes to having a child,
Mm-hmm.
and most moms would say, "Heck yeah," because you spending almost $30, $30 to $40 for a bag of Pampers, when
Mm.
back in the day they were like $7, $8. So absolutely, things are much more expensive now. I mean, I don't have a problem if it happens, if I do get pregnant, it'd be a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, sometimes when you don't have what you need throughout, in your own current life, when you
Mm-hmm.
get pregnant, and that's why they say, a lot of people shouldn't get pregnant out of wedlock because, I mean, you really going to need that financial support. That's why
Mm-hmm.
people wind up putting significant other on child support
Mm-hmm.
just to get a little bit of funds out of the other
Yeah.
party. But that's why marriage is honorable.
Yeah, I
You.
was reading something about that yesterday. Well, what was it, last night? Um, the girl, she had a very interesting take on child support. She was like, if you weren't married, if you not married, you shouldn't put your baby daddy on child support. Meaning, like, y'all, but if you were married before, all that happened and you guys got a divorce, and he feels as though he shouldn't take care of the child, then put him on child support.
Mhm.
But they were saying, it's up to the women. Like the women have the choice whether or not to use that condom during intercourse.
Oh, and what about this new thing I heard about? People meet
Mm-hmm.
you in the moment with someone, and the guy he takes off his condom. What is
Mm-hmm.
that? That's this new trend that's going out.
Yes, that's
which is
crazy.
it is. Well, some people say it's old, but it's have made it back to the top of the news again. You know, so you gotta be careful out there when you're having relationship with people.
Absolutely. Especially women. Like, if you
Mhm.
want to lay down with somebody, make sure he's, you know, what you want to do. Don't just go out there because he look good.
And best of all, you both better get tested prior to doing what you want to do.
I always think about that movie, that Tyler Perry movie. What is it called? Addiction or Addicted or something like that.
Which
With the
one?
lady had the AIDS. Well, the dude she met this dude and he had that stuff.
Oh.
And she left her husband for him.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Something about marriage. I can't think of it. The
Something.
marriage counselor. Is that it?
Well, yeah, she was a marriage counselor, but the
I know
movie
what you're
version.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm pretty sure they know what I'm talking about. But I always think about that movie. Like, he looked good and all that, but
Had money, had a plane, was able to do stuff that her husband wasn't able to do for her, and she felt like she deserved more.
Full blown married person. So you definitely got to be careful.
Yeah, don't be listening to them dudes out there when they be trying to whisper them sweet things in your ear.
Beware of sheep in
Wolves' clothing.
There you
go. Wait a minute, sheep.
Beware of wolves
in sheep clothing. Totally backwards.
Beware them too.
Okay.
Shoot.
You definitely got to be aware.
So, the next question is there anything you regret not asking your parents?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh,
I mean,
Temptation is the name of the movie.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
That's it. Temptation. That is true.
Crazy.
She got tempted, all right. And then she was so sorry. I'm so sorry. Got a good man. He working hard, trying to make ends meet, and you got to be supportive of that man. You may be in a current situation now, but let me tell you, your situation is not going to always be that way. Just keep pushing through the process.
I agree.
So you were asking me a question. Is there anything?
Is there anything you regret not asking your parents?
Well, I think for my father, because I know my mom, she's always been open and available when it comes to questions about life, her family. For me, for my father, I would have asked my dad, even though he told me some things about his family, I would really love to know the history, more about his family. I didn't get to meet my grandmother, grandfather on my dad's side.
Really?
I met his sisters, but I never had the opportunity to meet, grandma, granddad, and just to find out the lineage. I know the name, but I don't have a picture to associate, anything with. I know my uncle, he passed. He told us a lot about, family, but to actually have that connection to touch and say, oh, this is my grandmother or grandfather on my dad's side. Now, for my mom, I met my grandmother, who was of the native Indian.
I remember hearing stories. Was she like really tall or something?
She's a tall lady, very tall. And you could look at her and tell she was definitely an Indian. So I know of my mom's father. I know of her brothers. I pretty much met all of her family except for her one sister that passed. She was actually killed. But yeah, I met most of my mom's people, and we go to family reunions. I know the Reeves, the Demps. I know all of that lineage, but for my dad's lineage, I don't know much about that. So that's what I've done. I would have done differently. I would have asked more questions. I would have went to the islands. But I think when my dad left the island of Jamaica, he never returned back. I don't know if it maybe because he had a really rough childhood or a bad experience, but
Granddaddy was the plug.
he was a play.
I said he was the plug.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay. But he never went back. I mean, if he did, I don't know anything about it. Maybe it's before I came into the knowledge of it, but that's what I would have done differently.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time for Inspirational Corner with Alzy Dukes. Woo!
Well, well now. On to today's inspiration. Today's inspiration is entitled Trust in God. Let me tell you something about God. I asked him for strength, and he gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom, and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for prosperity, and God gave me brain and brawls to work. I asked for courage, and God gave me danger to overcome. I asked for love, and God gave me trouble and people to help. I asked for favors, and he gave me opportunities. I received nothing I wanted. I received everything I needed. Trusting God is the title of this poem. And this poem you could find online at www.nickasting.me. Now, today's scripture is coming from James 1 and 2. And it reads, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptation." Okay. That's that politician. Count it all joy. Now, thank you for tuning in Inspirational Corner with Alice Dukes. And I hope you were inspired.
Definitely an inspiration. I always enjoy those those little poems and stuff. So
be careful what you ask for.
Oh, definitely. So for the podcast, we're gonna go ahead and end our podcast here on Early Morning Grind with Ruben and Alzy Dukes, with your special guest Charlene. So we'll see you guys for Saturday morning coffee talk. Same time, probably a different place. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye.
All right. As far as live feed,
we still on. Do we have any questions or comments?
Everybody's still trying. Well, it's Friday, so.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. A couple more hours to the weekend.
Just had an inbox. Somebody inboxed from Facebook.
Oh, what was the inbox?
It was the question you asked. The last question.
Oh, doing something
differently?
What, asking your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of times you don't know when you grow up. You be like, you know, what is my heritage? You know. I know all about my mom. I know the history, but for Dad, I don't have a whole lot of information. So for me, I think I need to take a trip.
Definitely.
To the island.
Somebody just inboxed some again. Inbox. They're not messaging. They inboxing. You guys have something great going on here. This is awesome. It's huge. It's growing, and I'm impressed for where this show have came from. I'm really proud of you guys and what you're doing. You guys really inspire us every morning. We catch a podcast, we catch a live feed, and we are totally praying for Early Morning Grind and Saturday. Spelled Saturday wrong. Saturday morning coffee talk. We're praying for the both shows to grow astronomically and hope and pray that you guys go nationwide. That's what it just said.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wonderful words of
That is,
encouragement.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. You never know who listens.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And we thank you for your prayers. You know, they're always appreciated. So,
Yeah.
Oh, got another inbox. Why everybody is inboxing?
yeah.
Nobody is going on the page. They inboxing. Charlene, they stated, Charlene, are you single? And are you looking to get married soon?
No time soon. I am single, but Jesus is my boyfriend. So
She
I
got to
guess you
get
gotta
her
wait
together.
then.
give me a couple years before I get married. A couple years.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in with the Early Morning Grind with your two favorite people, Ruben and Alsie Dukes, and the co-host that has been here all week long for this pre-Mother's Day celebration. Make sure you share the video if you'd like, okay?
And I will be back here on tomorrow with more questions. So it's going to get juicy tomorrow. So
Ooh,
be sure to tune in to Saturday Morning Coffee Talk.
Have a blessed day.